Warning, the following video includes opinions. Viewer discretion is advised.
So, I'm gonna be honest. Originally, this video was supposed to be something completely different. Originally, it was going to be me and my friend ranking every single Mario Party character, but he's taking forever editing his video on ranking every Illumination movie, so I decided I am going to rank every single minigame in Mario Party Superstars. This minigame is rigged. If you are not the one in this minigame, you will lose, guaranteed. It's boring and rigged. Horrible minigame. Puddle Paddle is probably the most boring minigame in Mario Party, to my knowledge. The only reason I put it higher is because it's not rigged. Piranha's Pursuit is also rigged. I have never once seen the one in this minigame lose. I'm pretty sure it's impossible to lose if you're the one in this minigame. Stick and Spin takes forever to finish. It is so long and boring. It's terrible. Parasol Plummet is the most forgettable minigame in Mario Party. It took me a year to realize that this was even in the game. Catapult is boring and stupidly easy. Every time you play this, you should probably get all the coins on there. Archer Arrival is also rigged. The one in this minigame should never lose. But I have seen it happen, so it is not impossible. I have no clue how to play this one. It just, I don't understand how it works, and it takes forever. Spin Doctor is boring. This is easily the worst duel minigame, but it doesn't last that long. It's just boring. This minigame is also boring. There's not much to it. The only thing that's noteworthy about this minigame is if you fall off, you lose all the coins, which is annoying. I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I do not like Balloon Burst. It's just so boring to me, and I don't really understand, like, what's the best way to do it. I don't like it. This minigame is also rigged. The 3 people in this minigame have an insane advantage over the one. Money Belts is just boring. It's just boring. I do not understand how anyone is supposed to win this minigame. I don't get how it works. When I stop, my dude just stays up. I don't get it. I hate this minigame. Rapid River Race is down the slow, not really because it's a bad minigame, it's because I suck at it. So, therefore, I don't like it very much. I suck at Dinger Derby. That's why it's this slow. Castaways is just a boring minigame. It also just kind of feels janky to play. It's not that fun. This minigame is also boring, and also for some reason at the end, everyone dies in a tornado, so that's something. There's really nothing that the one can do in this minigame, except hope that everyone else messes up. So it's not that fun for the one to play, but it is fun for everyone else to play. This one, you basically just go forward and hope that you don't fall off the whole time. It's not that fun, but it's not the worst. This one just kind of feels janky to play. I'm not sure if that's just me, but it just kind of feels janky. This one is kind of just annoying to play. Plus, there's a different version of this minigame, which is better, so that's why it's down this low. This minigame is just Tetris, but way worse. It doesn't help that the best strategy in this game is literally just spamming up on the left stick. It's stupid. Could have been better if it was actually like Tetris, but nah. There isn't much to this minigame. You just press A when you need to jump on the vine, but it ain't the worst. This minigame is literally just counting. Also, there is a better version of this minigame later on. This minigame is just decent. Really, the only thing to note is that at the start of the minigame, someone just jumps in the pit and dies, which is kind of funny. X-Ray Payday is pretty easy. You should probably be getting the max amount of coins every single time, unless you have the memory of a goldfish. Skewer Scurry is favored slightly to the team of 3, so it's not that rigged, but it's still a little rigged. Title Toss is the first 3v1 minigame that isn't completely rigged, but it's a bit boring. Honeycomb Havoc involves way too much math than it should. Later Skater is honestly only this high because of its name. How fun this minigame is depends on how good your teammate is. If your teammate is trash, then this minigame is horrible. But if your teammate is good, then this minigame is fun. This minigame just isn't that good. I mean, it's okay, but it's not the greatest. This minigame is decent. That's it. This one also kind of depends on how good your teammate is. Not as much as the other one, but still a decent amount. This minigame is just okay, but here's something that confuses me here. How on earth can everyone just survive in space without a spacesuit? Doesn't make any sense. I honestly kind of stink at this one, but it is still decent, so. Out of the 3 sports minigames that are in this game, this one is easily the worst, which sucks because I love hockey. This minigame just feels janky. Like, what I think is going to happen never actually does, but it's still decent. However, it is just a worse version of Slapperazzi and Super Mario Party, so. Rocky Road is decent. For some reason, the hardest part of this minigame is just not hitting your teammate. Shell Soccer is pretty fun. Also, Matthew, if you're watching this, Messi is better than Ronaldo. This minigame is what I assume every day in Canada looks like. Leaf Leap is basically just a less annoying minigame than What Goes Up, so it makes it pretty fun. I am not that good at this minigame, but it is still pretty fun. This minigame is just counting, but at least you can't see what number you have, so it makes it a bit more difficult. The first 25 seconds of this minigame doesn't really matter, so I normally just don't do anything and just wait for the first 25 seconds to pass. This minigame is pretty fun. Trace Race is pretty fun, however it is kind of lame that you can just go back and fix your mistakes, that's kind of stupid. This minigame is basically just all luck. Mecha Marathon is just Pokey Pummel, but worse. This minigame is Rapid River Race, but better. This minigame also kind of depends on how good your teammates are, unless you're the one in this minigame, of course. This minigame is the easiest to cheese. Literally all you need to do is take a picture, which I normally do. I'm sorry, Zach. This minigame is kind of fun. It is mostly luck, however, there is one rule if you're on the team that's hiding, and that is that you must go on the bush at least one time. That's just how it is. This minigame is just reverse whack-a-mole. It's pretty fun. This one's just all luck. Football. This minigame is pretty fun, but why on earth is there a mine train over a bunch of lava? I did this minigame in real life once. This minigame also depends on how good your teammate is, but to a much lesser extent than the other ones. This minigame is also pretty easy to cheese. Literally all you have to do is just flip your controller upside down. Still a pretty fun minigame though.
I'm the greatest rotator who ever rotated!
So in this minigame, you just rotate the stick the whole time to try and get the other side to fall off the cliff. Also in like the practice of this minigame, it tells you not to rotate it with the palm of your hand. But Nintendo, you can't tell me what to do! This one also kind of depends on how good your teammate is, but to a much lesser extent than the other ones. This minigame is extremely chaotic. This minigame is pretty good. However, there is a better version of this later on. This one is fun. This one is just pressing the A button a bunch of times. This one you just basically cut out whatever the creature is that's under there. It's pretty fun. I am amazing in this minigame. I don't think anyone has ever beaten me in this specific minigame. Yeah, and this one you just eat pizza. Dang it, now I'm hungry. This minigame is good. That's all the commentary I got on this one. This one, you just send bombs at people. This minigame is basically just tube genocide. This minigame is pretty fun. However, the Shy Guys probably should have been fired a long time ago. This minigame is really fun. Also, it's my little brother's favorite minigame. I am insane at this minigame. This is what a Mario horror game would look like. This minigame is easily the best sports minigame. This minigame is basically just taking steroids to kill people. This minigame is the absolute gauntlet of Mario Party minigames. Also, I don't know why, but on this specific minigame, I always get stuck with the worst teammate ever. This minigame is a better version of Ice Rink Risk. I am also insanely good at this minigame. These three minigames are all essentially the same. They're all pretty fun. It's basically just jump rope. It's pretty fun. This minigame is good.
I'm the greatest rotator who ever rotated!
This minigame is really fun, and my friend is insane at this minigame. I believe it's his favorite. This minigame is really fun. This would probably be the most dangerous Mario Party minigame if it was in real life. Hi, Future me here. Please ignore what past me just said. This minigame would not be the most dangerous because there's literally a minigame where bombs are getting shot at you. Also, side note, nothing to do with the list, but while I'm making this, my iPad started playing the Star Wars Outlaws trailer for some reason. I don't know why, but that's what happened. This minigame is really fun. It also kind of feels like a Fall Guys minigame. Horse. I am also insanely good at this minigame. This minigame is awesome. I am also insanely good at this minigame. This minigame is really fun. However, I wish that there were other variants with other Mario characters, not just Bowser. Hi. Future me here. Turns out, in the game that this minigame was originally in, there were other faces. Why on earth did Nintendo remove that for Mario Party Superstars? I have no clue. Bumper Balls is really fun. I'm glad that it's going to be in the new Mario Party. Shy Guy says it's very fun. I'm also glad that this one's going to be in the new Mario Party. This minigame is awesome. It's also my dad's favorite minigame. This minigame is very, very fun. But it is not my favorite. Because my favorite is Bowser's Big Blast. This minigame is amazing. And yes, it is all luck. That's the whole point. It will forever be my favorite minigame in Mario Party Superstars. Well, anyways, that's the ranking. I hope you all have enjoyed. If you have any ideas for what I should rank next, leave it in the comments below. Later.